Greetings and welcome to Old Drunken Discography, where old friends and fans come together to BS, argue, occasionally agree, and discuss a musical artist. This week we are discussing the Foo Fighters. We'll be going through each one of their albums one by one, and at the end we'll rank them and highlight any notable releases on the way. This video is going to be on 2005's In Your Honor, with some Skin and Bones thrown in there at the end. So we also have a Discord link below where you can join our little community, talk about music, show off your vinyl, and take part in polls to give your feedback on your favorite albums. So come hang out with us. I fucking live on Discord. Patreon members get special access. You can choose the next artist we talk about if you don't give a fuck about the Foo Fighters. You know, you can tell us which one you want us to cover. We'll even have you on the show and you can talk about your albums yourself. So with that out the way, with me today I've got Mr. Tim.
Mr. Hello.
And Mr. Colquitt.
Hello. How are you? We're doing this.
And I, of course, am Jason. So, let's take a quick look at the rankings, shall we? In case anybody has missed the previous episode.
Let's look at them rankings. As you can see, Jason and Tim have very similar opinions of the discography such far. Whereas I, the true fan of music, have put the best album at number one and then followed suit with their opinions.
So, all right, Mr. True. I think this is where Tim and I might disagree, though. We talking about In Your Honor tonight.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Tim's such a wild card. Who knows? Like, I mean, I think he might feel one way about something and then be completely surprised at how rational and logically he tears it to pieces. So, you know.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
You know when Tim doesn't like something.
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious. But, so In Your Honor, who wants to start this one off?
Well, I'm the newest to this, or I thought I would be. But apparently when I was a broke-ass 23-year-old when this record came out, I just downloaded it and didn't pay for it. Although I never listened to disc 2. I only had disc 1, apparently. I didn't know disc 2 was a thing. So I just know that there's a badass rock record, and it's amazing. I think it's great. The funny thing was, like, listening to it, I was like, I've heard all of this record. This is very strange. I don't remember listening to it, but I have. And the songs are so good that as they played, I was like, yeah, I remember all of this because this was a really good record, man. I think it's fire. I think In Your Honor is just a weird and fun and interesting opener than some of their other ones. It's not as like instantaneously awesome, but it's a grower. I really liked it. I mean, I even enjoyed Best of You. I didn't think I was going to like that song because it is one of the omnipresent songs they have on every record that dominates the culture for a year. They have that ability, and it's amazing that they have that ability. More power to them for it. But yeah, hearing it again, like on a good stereo instead of the radio or whatever, it was fire, man. It sounds really good, and DOA is dope. Yeah, dude, I don't know, man. This record is a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I do think The Deepest Blues Are Black is a terrible song. But everything else on this record I kind of enjoyed very much. And especially now that I found that there was a disc 2 that I didn't know existed. And I am a unashamed soft rock guy. And I like Coldplay's first 2 records a lot, and I'm not ashamed to say that. You can kiss my ass if you have a bad opinion about it. Those records are awesome. I like whiny, like acoustic stuff, and the second record is a beautiful, beautiful whiny acoustic record, and I love it I enjoyed it immensely. I thought Virginia Moon was like unexpected and fun. I thought Another Round was a fun little, like, I don't know, man. It kind of gave me Bright Eyes vibes in a way, even though it shouldn't. I don't know. A lot of this, and Still, I thought was a crazy opener if I thought it was a separate record altogether. Like, I thought Still was just amazing. And even Razor has some really cool, like, finger picking stuff going on. Like, it's just, there's a lot of cool music on this record, is what I'm trying to say. The first disc is cool rock music. The second disc is really fun VH1 rock music. It's great. I like it. I'm glad that they had them as separate discs, even though I didn't realize that until I started listening to it. I just thought an extended edition or something. I didn't know it was a double disc set. But yeah, I really enjoyed this record a lot, surprisingly.
See, I'm the opposite of that because hold on.
Walked right into that one.
Disc 1
Oh yeah, I knew it was coming.
is fucking phenomenal. Disc 2 is phenomenal, but it's a double album. It's a lot of food to take in, and
It could have been 2 separate albums and it would have been better, I think.
or if they were going to do a double album, I hate the segregation of
Yeah, blend it all together.
If it was all blended together, melancholy style, it would have been. It'd probably rank higher for me. But
yeah, when I was listening to it, I didn't realize it was 2 discs, and like by the time I got to Miracle, I was like, this record's taking a really slow turn on the backside, isn't it? Like, I didn't even realize that it was a separate disc. So yeah, they would have coagulated all of it together. That would have been a lot better.
oh yeah, I mean, I do love In Your Honor.
Well, and that's gonna be the theme of how they approach the next album, and so we'll see. Did they do it better?
I don't know yet.
Oh, I thought we were going through the next one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I do know that one. Never mind. Yeah, you're right. I understand.
Okay, now I understand. It's so good. Anyway, we'll get to that.
We'll get to Echoes.
Oh, we will.
Yeah. So I was on the train for this. I didn't get the vinyl. I do have it on CD. And I kind of feel the same way about both discs, in that I like about half of it.
That's fair.
Yeah, so starting with disc 1, like No Way Back is great. DOA is great. The last song is great. End Over End is great. I love that song. That song's incredible. I mean, we could talk about Best of You. It's I know it's an iconic song or whatever, but I feel like it's a decent mid-level Foo Fighters song.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm gonna stop you right there before you go any further. I just want to read my notes for Best of You, but hate is gonna hate, but I like Best of You. The someone getting the best part is fun. Taylor comes in on the drums, straight fucking fire. Vocals towards the end, all good shit. It's just the times like these of In Your Honor.
And I like Times Like These.
It's just the big.
So I'm not afraid of that song. You know.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that song is just Best of You is just like it. I want to hate it so bad, but it just has this intensity and urgency to it that you don't hear often enough. I guess I don't know.
Well, and I guess I know what you're talking about. It's like the drum pattern or whatever that builds, and it's
pushy.
Yeah, and I do listen to a lot of music with that in it.
Yeah.
And so when this came out, it was like,
yeah, no, I mean, like, I'm saying it's still a mainstream monster. It's a mainstream monster.
It's a mainstream monster.
They have the elements.
But there's at least 5 better songs on disc 1 alone, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't choose what gets like culturally saturated. People just pick that song, you know? It's
yeah,
weird.
sure.
I wish they would have picked DOA.
Oh, that's going to happen. It's happened many, many times on this show. And anytime we cover a band that's been on the radio, it's going to happen many, many times after. Like, there's better songs on OK Computer than Paranoid Android, you know?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
So.
For sure.
And this one happens to be one of those that falls into that category for me.
Yeah, and that, I mean, that's fair. That's, you know.
Yeah. Now, moving on to disc 2, which I think is my preferred disc of the two.
Mm-hmm.
I like What If I Do. I like Another Round. Friend of a Friend is top contender song. We get to talk about the Pocket Watch tape, if anybody's familiar with that. People think the first Foo Fighters album is the only one Dave did all by himself. But while he was in Nirvana, he put out the late Pocket Watch project. It was cassette only. One of the songs on that tape, it was 92, 93? So going way back. One of those songs was a song called Friend of a Friend. And another song from that was a song called Marigold, which has its own history here. So yeah, Friend of a Friend is just really cool that they included it to begin with. That's what had me excited for this release right off the bat.
That song, like lyrically, you can visualize that happening.
Well, yeah, and it was written in the apartment, which was just like a studio apartment that he shared with Kurt when they first moved to Tacoma. And it's like with the Turtles or whatever, like that shitty room that's full of cigarettes and corn dogs. And so I just love that song. I love the history behind it. It's fantastic. I love On the Mend. And then I gotta talk about Cold Day in the Sun. It was a single. It's gonna go down as Taylor's song, I think. I know they're trying to put Aurora.
That was a single for real?
It was a single. There's a video. It's a beautiful little song.
Yeah, man.
And John Paul Jones and Josh Homme and Nora Jones are all on this album at some point. So
yeah, Nora's on Virginia Moon.
Yeah. And I think Homme's on Razor. And I think John Paul Jones is too, right? He plays the Mellotron.
Yeah.
So you got So does that count as a Them Crooked Vultures song?
I was going to ask
what, Razor?
Yeah, it's got Dave Grohl, John Paul Jones, and Josh Homme.
Sure, why not? Let's say so. I think that's fine.
People should check out Them Crooked Vultures. I know I'm jumping ahead in the discography.
I haven't actually listened to that record. I don't know why I haven't.
I
don't know why I haven't.
When I went down the Dave Grohl dive, I leaned more toward Vultures than I did Queens of the Stone Age. Like, I really like that Vultures album.
Okay.
But we'll get into that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we will.
We should do a week where we just do the weird Dave Grohl projects. That would be fun.
Too fucking many, isn't there?
I just want to talk about Probot because I love Probot so much.
Talk about Probot.
Probot.
Well, and did you hear the Dreamweaver? I know it kind of got buried because it was released the day Taylor died.
I don't even know what that is. No.
It's the fake band from the movie that they were promoting that suddenly stopped once, Taylor died. But yeah, apparently it's musically it's spiritually very much a successor to Probot. Vocally it's Dave singing.
Oh, I think that might be better. I appreciate all the cameos on Probot, but yeah. Anyway.
Well,
is The Sign, is that what I think it is? Is that an Ace of Base cover?
No.
Darn, man. That would have been awesome.
I saw the sun.
That would be dope to hear Dave sing that. That would be fun.
I'm the opposite of Tim. I like Disc 1 more than Disc 2.
And I like them both equally. I think they're both good.
Yeah,
I kind of tend to work on equal. I go back and forth. Sometimes, DOA and End Over End get stuck in my ear hole, and I'm like, no, Disc 1, those are the jams.
Question.
Disc 1 just fucking rocks. Like, it's just a great rock record.
It does. It's awesome.
In your disc 2 is more. You got to be in like that mood, that acoustic, chill mood.
Yeah, man.
The song, I think the songwriting and the lyrics on disc 2 like far exceed disc 1 though. Like the lyrics on disc 1 is just generic for the most part, thrown in to play a good, rock star stadium type shit.
Yeah.
Whereas disc 2 is a lot more personal. I mean, Friend of a Friend alone is crazy good.
And I guess I should point out too that it looks like this is the first appearance of Rami Jaffe, who's now in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Okay.
I don't know who that is, but awesome.
Right? But he's an official member of the Foo Fighters now.
Was he like a multi-instrument
He's
guy?
their keyboard player, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. This was the first one he was on?
It's looking like it, yeah.
Okay.
Let me go back and I didn't see him on One by One, but I didn't necessarily look for him either.
Also, shout out Petra Hayden. She's on this one too. She's
Yeah.
on Miracle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rock on, Petra.
But I bring up Rami because we're gonna mention Skin and Bones, and so I need to mention that that's where Pat comes back into the band.
Yep. Let's go ahead and briefly knock out Skin and Bones. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. Pat's back in the band at this point, and so as an old school Foo Fighters fan, that was big.
Mm-hmm. That was huge.
Yeah. And of course, they do it. They play Marigold on here.
Yep.
B-side to Heart Shaped Box. Dave
Is this
Grohl.
an acoustic live record?
It's an acoustic live record.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Shit. I had no idea.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
They best version of Walking After You.
Yeah, I'm looking at the track list, and I'm really, I mean, other than My Hero, which I feel
Which
like
works
everything
on
else
here.
sounds awesome.
It works. It's different enough.
Oh yeah, I just don't like that song that much.
Sure.
But everything else is awesome. What is
But yeah, it's
Marigold?
great.
Is that
They
an
do
old piece
Marigold
or something?
and Friend of a Friend on here.
Yep.
The quality's great. There's a video release up there somewhere. Nick Raskulinex, or however we're going to pronounce his last name, recorded it. This is when his career really started taking off. He's done a lot of great stuff in the last 15 years or so. And this was what? 2011?
2006.
Oh, yeah, okay. This is a reissue. Okay. Yeah, okay.
My notes for Skin and Bones is Razor's great. Over and Out is still meh.
Razor's better on here than on In Your Honor, I would argue.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walking After You is still but this is a better version than what's on Color and the Shape.
Yeah.
It's got like a slightly slower temp. It works better for me. New version of Marigold. I had the Heart Shaped Box single. My Hero, Next Year, both great. Another Round is fine. I really like this prettier version of Big Me. I think the piano on it adds so much more.
Oh, yeah.
Taylor Rock's Cold Day. Title track's fantastic. February Stars is fine, but I think it's better on Color and Shape. Times Like These works really well acoustically. Friend of a Friend still top tier. Dave Brings the Energy for Best of You, and of course Everlong, which is Everlong. You can't fuck with it. I go back to Skin and Bones more than I do Disc 2 of In Your Honor, because I feel like
That's fair.
the best songs off of Disc 2 are on here, and generally better versions.
I mean, other than the hits on here, it's a pretty interesting mix of every record, honestly. Like, there's a lot of songs on here like that I would put on our top songs, which I might later. But
It's recommended
the greatest
listening.
hits, but better. I don't know. It seems pretty cool.
Recommended listening.
It's definitely recommended listening.
Like, I bet February Stars even sounds okay acoustic.
I don't skip it here.
Oh wow, okay.
See, I like.
I don't necessarily like it, but I don't necessarily have to skip it either. So
That's dope. Yeah.
My low point on In Your Honor for disc one is probably Resolve, but
Yeah.
that kind of sounds like there's nothing left to lose. Like it's like a mid tempo kind of thing going on. But other than that, like DOA is fucking great. I like the Deepest Blues. Like End Over End is, I like Comeback better, but it's a pretty badass closing track. Like good rocker. Razor, fucking great closing track for disc two. I like In Your Honor. It wasn't one that I picked up when it came out, but I eventually, I don't know, when I heard it, when the first time I heard it, I was like, I know all these fucking songs. How do I know these songs? Like,
Yeah, same.
so this one's
Yeah,
a
I
hard
liked
one to
it.
place for me because of the placement of. I prefer double albums that aren't you know,
Themed.
segregated into that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I think it would have flown really well if they would have mixed it all together. Maybe cut out 2 or 3 songs. I don't know.
I think honestly, if this was a single disc that compiled the best tracks from both discs, you would have a really, really great record.
It'd
Yeah.
also be long though because there's a lot of good stuff on both discs.
No,
You
it's
know,
true.
there's
I mean,
not
you
much
have to
fat.
good. I don't care.
confuse.
It could be long if it's good.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
not much fat on this. It's not like Stadium Arcadium where it has a bunch of fat. Like there's not much you can
No,
trim
yeah.
off this. And
Oh, for sure. But yeah, I was shocked at how much I enjoyed it. Actually, I wasn't expecting
I
it.
was too because I figured you'd fucking hate this one.
No, actually, hot take incoming. Potentially. Fuck it. All right, I'll go. It's my number 3 actually. I'm putting it above Color and Shape, honestly, for real. I wish it were a single disc. I don't know where I'd rank it if it was a single disc of the best of both. I don't know, but I really enjoyed it.
There's some good B-sides going on during this era too. I had the Best Buy exclusive EP with FFF, which is a great little punk rock song. There's some cool like acoustic versions of
Ain't It the Life?
yeah. That's a great acoustic version. Yep. Yeah. It was not the best time to be a Foo Fighters fan, but it was a good time to be a Foo Fighters fan.
I think this is the moment the Foo Fighters became what they are now, like big rock stadium.
Yeah, this is really where they embrace it. Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely become a different beast on this record for sure.
To me, this is where they became the surviving '90s rock and roll band, like Green Day, Foo Fighters, and Chili Peppers. Like that's where they cemented that status that they still have to this day.
Yeah,
As
sure.
one of the biggest rock bands going.
Oh, for sure.
For me, it's hard to place because it's like I said, the track, the placing, the 2 separate acoustic rock records. If it was one album consisting of all of disc 1 plus like most of disc 2 mixed in, it would rank really fucking high. But as a whole, it's my number.
Keeping me in suspense here.
I know. I'm trying to figure out where I put it. Because that's not the right number. Oh, wait, that's not the right album. I don't fucking know. Let me think about this.
Where is it
Well,
right now?
I know where I'm placing it. If you want to,
Yeah, you
I know
go
where
ahead.
I'm going.
You
In
go
comparison
ahead.
to those 4, where would you put it? You know, let's just do it that way.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I can't. I know it's better than that. Honestly, I think it's better than One by One. I think I'm gonna go there. I think there's more solid songs on both discs.
Yeah. It's a good listening experience, man.
Yeah, that's where it's going to go for me.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna. That was my same dilemma, and I chose a different outcome. I like One by One more.
We have divulged. We are
Yeah.
now on our own
It's
separate path of food.
spicy.
Oh, we about to really divulge.
Here comes his dark horse here.
Oh, yeah. My dark horse is coming. You can hear the echoes of the hooves. Just have patience and grace with me, please. Stick around, like, subscribe. Tomorrow we'll be talking about echoes, silence, patience, and grace. Leave us a like, comment, let us know down below what you think of these rankings. Who's right, who's wrong? Are we all fucked up? Who knows? Be safe, make good decisions.
I'll be coming home next year.